Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 career mode. Today we're here for Monaco, which of course isn't one of my... I'm not going to lie, Monaco, it's been very up and down over the years on the F1 games for me. Obviously, being on the pad, I do struggle through some of the corners, the hairpin of course. But we're going to purchase another minor Sashi upgrade, so obviously there's a lot there. I'm going to look also at upgrading an ICE upgrade, because that's the I'm potentially looking at parts of the engine that got basically upgraded the most. But again, there's obviously this year the durability has been remapped, so yes, obviously we'll have to wait and see if we can upgrade them all. Obviously they're going to cost a little bit more, and we can't do, unlike in previous years, we can't do multiple cars with them. But there is the development so far. Mercedes a little bit out in front, which is surprising considering the fact Ferrari have been in control. But some more general durability, which of course is going to help us anyway as we prepare for Monaco. One thing that annoys me is that although we're not technically at the Grand Prix, we're pretty much there. It doesn't show you the progress history up to that. So it should say on that screen, you can't do any more, nobody can do any more upgrades because you've reached the date in the calendar when you go into the Grand Prix, the Thursday, basically. But yes, what can we do? We've got 4 bits of upgrades. Some of them will be coming in over the paths of probably maybe make it to the end of this video. But as we move to qualifying, I've never done well here. I think this is a wheel track, remember, so obviously being on a pad, I do tend to struggle through certain corners as we go for our fastest lap. We did a banker which put us initially 11th, but obviously everybody's going to improve as they do through the session. Obviously the AI always choose to do one-time laps, but they do go out multiple times now as opposed to just doing the one run. As we come through the middle end of the first sector, we're 2/10 slower than Ricardo, but again, where that puts us there into the hairpin, which I hate. We're understeer central through there as well. So that's something we're going to have to work on through upgrades. I did have to work on the setup as well quite a bit to get it something that I was I'm not majorly happy with it, so I'll probably change it between now and this time we come back here again, the season 2. Through the middle sector, of course, we always make up time. We're 3 seconds up. This is the sector that I like the best, the part of the track. Going through there, we cut a little bit there into Raskas, which in this year's games doesn't seem to have the input lag, doesn't seem to be there so far, but obviously it's probably only a matter of time up to the line, and it's just enough for P11. Well, we will have free choice of tyres, but I don't think we're going to be doing anything else. Track position is so strong around here, as they're 2x2x2. We've been out-qualified by Gasly. I don't know if that's a bit of a glitch, but them being 2x2x2. But anyway, time for the race for today's Monaco Grand Prix.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, You're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Verstappen, Stroll, Perez, Ricciardo, and Pierre Gasly, and AlphaTauri, Giovinazzi, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Ocon, Raikkonen, Romain Grosjean, and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
With your grid position, we should be able to bring home a better result than last race. Come on, you can do it.
Thanks, Jeff. At least he hasn't said no heroics in Sandoval yet, but we'll gloss over that as we get ready for 5 red lights. And it's initially a good start. We do use a bit of overtake to make that good start. We want to get track position as early as possible around here, and that's where we do it, up into P7, getting ahead of Ricciardo and Stroll. As we go up the hill, it seems that our teammate as well has made some good progress, which is good because we expect the racing point to be less, as we go down the inside of Alex Albon as well, who's been squeezed out by his teammate and into coming out of Casino. So that move really started out of Casino. Verstappen squeezed him out on the end of Casino, and then we just made it in. There's Perez, unfortunately, has perished from our turn 1 collision there, where we went 3 wide with him and Stroll, unfortunately, and that more contact for the racing point. So we jumped to lap 6. We're watching our teammate now, who's sort of fallen back from the group that I'm in, but he's still in 9th place. He's got Stroll behind him, along with I believe that is Giovinazzi and one of the McLarens. I believe that's Sainz. But in our little group, it's not really, Albon really isn't making much of an inroad on us, and we're expecting more from him. Ricciardo comes in now, so he's coming for his stop. Our teammate's coming as well. Our pit window is now open. We're going to go for 13 laps on these mediums. Albon is as well. He did close the gap a little bit on the final lap, but we're nothing to worry about though. We're hopefully going to get ahead at the racing point. Yes, we are ahead of Alex Albon as well. That's exactly where we want to be. But now, interesting will be to see that there goes Magnussen. He's doing the alternative strategy, the only person today on there, so we'll have to get past him as quickly as possible. I suppose coming out the pits on board with Daniel Ricciardo, who comes into turn 1 and gets ahead of Alex Albon, which of course is crucial if we want that driver at Red Bull for next year. So we have a DRS failure as we catch up to Magnussen, which is so annoying because Magnussen seems to have good pace actually still on his mediums. I don't seem to be fast enough going into Raskas, which this is actually the closest we come jumping to lap 12, and eventually DRS has fixed itself, which is nice to see. We're all over the back of Magnussen through Raskas, but there's nowhere to go. The AI are planting their car a bit more aggressively this year as opposed to previous games into Raskas, but with nothing doing that. I feel like this is, if we're going to make a move on him, it's going to have to be with DRS, but obviously we've got the deficit. He's got the McLaren, the Ferrari power units. We move up to lap 14 down the inside and finally up into P6 after numerous laps stuck behind. So replay. We did compromise Magnussen slightly, but no contact made with the ball there for the Danish driver. So he'll be, as I say, you should move on to softs, but knowing the F1 game, we probably move on to hards actually to finish the race. That releases Ricciardo, who of course just literally by the end of lap 16 is already back on us. So already the Renault has definitely more pace. Ricciardo's got definitely more pace. He's on us, but of course Ricciardo will know definitely from his previous race experiences that you can cause an absolute train here and still not get overtaken. Our teammate, I don't know if he's got engine problems or something, but he was part of that train behind Magnussen. He closed up to the back of Albon, but seems to be falling back through the straight. So I'm not sure if he's got engine wear issues. As you know, we changed our engine for this race from the previous race. So this is a fresh engine, not that it's not going to move. Around the final corner though, we held on. P6 will definitely take that joint best result so far, along with Australia. So we're definitely making some inroads, and we do get driver of the day, but for some reason our pitch there cannot be bothered to pull up there, but I don't care. We managed to get 6th place, 8 points on the grid. We were almost half a minute off Leclerc, who wins his home race, from Bottas and Hamilton. Red Bull not really there today. Max Verstappen dropped off Vettel in the end, but they would have wanted Albon to be there, and he's not really done that. Our teammate getting points as well, which is crucial for the Constructors' Championship, and the two Haas actually finished last. So we move to the standings, and Charles Leclerc extends his lead. He's 21 points ahead of Vettel. Verstappen is now down to 3rd, Bottas up to 4th, and Albon down to 6th, and we move into 7th place. So that's hopefully where we're going to try and aim for this season, to be sort of better the rest in our Alfa Tauri car. And of course now Grosjean and Latifi are the only two drivers who are yet to score. In terms of the constructors, we do move into 5th place, head of Racing Point, who unfortunately didn't score, on level with McLaren.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yes, I'm pretty happy with that.
The field during the race.
Well, it was a very good. We exploited the overtake mode at the start, and basically nimbled our way into turn 1.
Your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I'm sure they are. I mean, we are looking to make the move to Red Bull for next season, but that's my secret, and of course I'm not going to say that.
Appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks, Claire. At least she isn't side at me this time, as we're winning our rivalry now. Giovinazzi, Alfa haven't really been there in recent races, especially Giovinazzi. He was there in the opening races, which is why I chose him to be our teammate. We move up to level 6 in terms of acclaim. But yes, that's pretty much what the race was. I mean, there was a few bits where, of course, Monaco isn't a great race for overtaking, but the AI aren't crashing out, and the AI haven't made any mistakes so far. So facilities, I should mention, the team do upgrade them. They are scheduled for later in the year. Hopefully the team will get to try to do that, which is annoying. Our powertrain upgrade failed, which is so typical of Honda to fail our spark plugs upgrade. So that's going to be redone in the next episode, which unfortunately means it won't be available for Azerbaijan, which is why we scheduled that engine upgrade in. We will, of course, the powertrain is the slowest. We'll probably look at some aero upgrades as well, but that'll be coming in for the next episode, which will be coming tomorrow. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you see more episodes of the F1 2020 career mode with Alfa Tauri. But until the next video, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.